We start this morning with the nation in mourning after the deadliest school shooting in nearly a decade.
Texas authorities say a gunman killed 19 children and 2 adults at an elementary school in the town of Uvalde. That's about 80 miles west of San Antonio. CBS 2's Daniel Bacchus reports from the scene of this tragedy.
Heartbreak for another American town. This time it's Uvalde, Texas, where a gunman killed at least 19 children and 2 adults. Hearses arrived at Robb Elementary School Tuesday evening to take the bodies away.
I'm looking for my daughter.
Jesse Rodriguez waited hours to find out if his 10-year-old daughter Annabelle was alive. Tragically, she was one of the victims. Some parents gave DNA samples to help investigators identify the bodies. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News the 18-year-old shooter drove up to the school with a handgun, an AR-15 assault weapon, and high-capacity magazines.
And as soon as he made entry into the school, he started shooting children, teachers, whoever was in his way. He was shooting everybody.
The gunman was eventually shot and killed by a responding officer.
And at this point, the investigation is leading to tell us that the suspect did act alone during this heinous crime.
The school shooting comes just 2 days before the kids were set to start their summer break.
Innocent second, third, fourth graders.
Mourning those who lost their life, President Biden called on lawmakers to take action to prevent future shootings.
When in God's name we do what we all know in our gut needs to be done.
The attack comes just 10 days after a racially motivated mass shooting at a Buffalo supermarket and nearly a decade after the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown, Connecticut. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Uvalde, Texas.
And the tragedy in Texas is leading to new calls for action on gun reform. The shooting hit close to home for Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut, who, as a congressman, represented Newtown, Connecticut, the scene of the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting.
But I'm here on this floor to beg, to literally get down on my hands and knees and beg my colleagues. Find a path forward here.
And Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr refused to talk about basketball during his pregame press conference.
We are being held hostage by 50 senators in Washington who refuse to even put it to a vote, despite what we, the American people, want. They won't vote on it because they want to hold on to their own power. It's pathetic. I've had enough.
New FBI data shows there were 61 active shooter incidents in 2021, up 50% from the year before. And the group Everytown for Gun Safety reports at least 77 overall incidents of gunfire on school grounds so far this year.
The issue of gun control will likely be front and center in just 2 days in Houston when the NRA holds its annual meeting. Among the scheduled speakers Friday are former President Donald Trump, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, and Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
Stay with CBS 2 News as we learn more about the Texas school tragedy. We'll have the latest on our website, cbsnewyork.com, and we are always streaming on CBS News New York.